recruiting, everybody's favorite topic. It's funny, we talked recruiting so much before in July, and people were like, "Oh man, stop, man! We're enough recruiting." Even though the videos were still going like crazy. And then we shifted into game mode. But now, every time we do a recruiting video, they go nuts. So appreciate you, Joe Williams. We got to get you on the show. I'm going to reach out to you, man. We got to get you on the show. A shout out to everything that you and the boys are doing over there with eEarn and everything else. Josh Sarnoff, Rehab at they're great. I agree. Appreciate you, Josh. So with recruiting, people say I don't want to hear it, and then all those videos do crazy numbers. So I know you guys want to hear about recruiting. And Pete, I want to start with the position. It's 2027. So I know we're in the class of 2026. I'm switching gears to the class of 2027. But the one position that you want to start early on is quarterback, right? Because these quarterbacks commit the year before their senior years. They usually stay committed. So that's a position that even though it's for next year, it really heats up, and the really heart of the recruiting process is now. Luke Nickel was an early commit. Darion Coleman was an early commit. That's just kind of how it goes. So as we focus on quarterback, the name that is jumping to the top of the list from what I could see is Trent Seaborn. So Trent Seaborn is out of Alabama.
Alabaster,
Alabama, Thompson High School. Started since 8th grade, has a chance to win 4 state championships as a starter by the time he's out of there. 6'1", 200, highly productive player. His roots are actually in Hawaii. He's got Polynesian roots. There are connections. Coach Misapeka is involved in this recruitment. I heard that Gabby reported there's some ties to the TUA family. Obviously, they're here in Miami. The TUA Tagovailoa family, his family, the Tagovailoa family, between him and Seaborn's camp. So
hopefully it's not going to have too big of an impact on the recruitment. I don't know how much longer Tua is going to be in the city.
Oh, look, he's getting paid. He's doing his thing. So, with Seaborn, I always like to track the visits. He was at South Carolina last week. They're a major factor in this recruitment. This is going to be his 3rd visit to at least in the last calendar year. He was here in spring. He was here in the summer, I believe. And then now he's back here for the USF game this weekend, Pete. And as we watch the video, Pete, you tell me, again, we know this guy's at a highly decorated school playing top competition. This
is Grayson. This is one game.
Yeah, these are the highlights against Grayson. Portnox says this is a Tua's high school. Oh, hold on. Darius Benson saying Trent is Tua's cousin. Oh, I didn't know that. All right. There you go.
Josh Gross says Tua is not doing his thing.
How much is he getting paid? I mean, he's doing something right. He's getting paid, what, $50 million a year? He's throwing a few touchdowns in his day. But here we go. Watching Seaborn, I see a polished.
Hey, I'll take Bama Tua.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. College player, the guy was outstanding, and at pro, he's been good too. I mean, come on, guys. He's not Josh Allen, but the guy doesn't stink. But anyways, looking at Trent Seaborn, you see some mobility here. This is all one-game highlights. This is what I got
against a top 5 team in the country, right? So,
and you see him navigating. I mean, he's doing stuff that you see in this offense. I know Dawson. You know what he likes. He likes this kind of quarterback, accurate passer, gets rid of it quick, knows where to go with the ball. You can really see Seaborn in an air raid type system doing his thing. Nashville Kane saying a quick release.
Yeah, I like the release quick. It is quick.
They put some more film on. Let's get this thing rolling. So I want to really watch Seaborn. But yeah, Oregon's in the mix here. Auburn, Alabama. So there's really good schools after this guy. He's a 4-star prospect. I believe it's number 11 in the country. Just pull up his actual ranking here as we look into it.
I'm going to pull up his playoff highlights from last year.
Yeah, because he had a really good run there. So 6'1", 200. He's ranked as the number 16 quarterback in the country according to 247 Sports, number 19 quarterback in the country according to 247 Sports Composite. But the schools recruiting him, Auburn, Clemson, Oregon, South Carolina, these are good schools. He was the freshman of the year according to Max Preps in 2023, which is, insane. That's the high school, that's really a high school sports focused website company, Max Preps. So they looked at his stats and his production as a freshman in 2023. 72% passers, 2,600 yards, 27 touchdowns, 6 INTs. As a 8th grader, he won a state championship for Thompson. Won a state championship in 8th grade for a big-time program. 105, 149 passing, 1,100 yards, 15 touchdowns, 3 INTs. As an 8th grader, again, big-time program, state championship. Now we're seeing film from last year, and you're seeing him in the playoffs. Look, that's real. Look, that throw right there I mean, he has got pressure. He's rolling left, and he makes a beautiful first down throw. Here you go, dropping it right there in the bucket. I mean, look at the defense in these clips, Pete. This is not easy pockets. This is not just like, hey, I'm just out here. It's target practice. You see him move around there. This is real football that we're seeing. There you see him run a little bit.
Yeah, good athlete.
Run a lot, man. Look at that guy number 3 is trying to chase him. He's losing his breath. Touchdown. That was a nice run. This is the playoffs. So here we go again. He's getting pressure.
Let me say something. D. There's a lot of comments that you're not responding to because it doesn't appear that he's a 2-sport athlete. So is that a concern for you?
I mean, you know, my honest opinion, yes. I mean, I've concern with all the quarterback recruits, to be real with you. But I could also see why people like him. I mean, you see the accuracy. You know, you see what I would say I like about Seaborn is that he is dealing with pressure at the high school level. So you want to see him perform at the high school level against real competition, and you're seeing that. It's not easy for him. It's not target practice. It's a guy that, again, here we go. This is a pretty clean pocket there, but look at the window. I mean, he's dropping it in between guys. Sometimes you see these players that go to like these really good programs, and it's target practice. The team is too good. They're too dominant. But here you're seeing a lot of stuff under pressure. There you go. A lot of movement. He has a good feel for the pocket, and I think that's why you're seeing teams like South Carolina, Oregon, Auburn, and of course Miami going after him. Like I said, 3rd visit to the University of Miami this year. There's significant interest on his side. I know there's significant interest on Miami's side. I would go as far to say this is probably Miami's top quarterback target in the class of 27. At least that's my understanding as we sit here today. So he's going to get the red carpet treatment. Look at that seam throw. That's a nice throw. This is all playoff highlights. This is not even the right. This is all only against good teams. So I mean, it's an impressive highlight reel. Now look, there's going to be mixed opinions on him. You see,
can we start it? I said it last week, D. Let's start the partnership with FIU. Let's go send the young QBs there for a year.
Yeah,
and they can play there for a year. We can send all the young freshmen over there, get them some reps, and they can come over after. But I'll stay with the portal.
I love it. You know, honestly, this guy reminds me of is you see him rolling left. This is a nice man. He does make some nice plays here. He reminds me of like a Julian Sane. By the way, look at Nick West says Pete is a genius,
dude. And then FIU gets the benefit of it too. I'm telling you, man. FIU is better off being a feeder school to these programs.
Yeah, you just got to re-recruit them because you know what happens. Let's say they get,
that's fine. There's nothing guaranteed, but
it's true. I mean, you're fighting the portal anyways, right?
And Frank Ponce is over there anyways, so they got to, I'm sure they got a good relationship.
That's true. That's their guy.
So let's go, man. Let's get it going.
Yeah, I like that. I like the thought. But interesting prospect. I think in line with what Shannon Dawson's been getting the last couple of years. Highly productive high school. If you look at just the last 2 years, right? I know Judd Anderson is sort of an exception, but if you look at Luke Nickel, you look at Darian Coleman, instinctive guys that are very productive at the high school level.
And this comment right here by Joel Warren is another thing that all 3 of them have in common.
Yeah, so Darian Coleman went to the state championship game last year, lost to Malachi Toney. He'll probably be a factor to win it this year. Luke Nickel was in the number 2 team in the country his senior year. They won a lot. And now, of course, Trent Seaborn wins a lot, potentially a 4-time state champion. So winners, accuracy, quick decision-making, quick releases. I'm not sure, Dawson I don't think is the biggest traits-heavy guy. I'm a traits guy. I like guys with traits as long as they have
the air raid guys aren't always big on traits. They're big on mental processing.
So, yeah, so I think you're seeing the traits de-emphasize a bit and the focus on accuracy, which that's itself a trait. Quick release, quick mind, like Pete said, the mental processing. Johnny Lagoon says, Dante Moore, 5 stars can pan out. Dante Moore, who signed with UCLA out of high school, so I consider him a portal guy. Now, bagging up, what I would agree here is those 5 stars that don't work out their first spot, sometimes you can grab those guys and develop them in your system, and then you get the benefit of the 5-star talent, but at a reduced rate and with more experience and better evaluation because you've seen him play a little bit. I'd put Dante Moore in the same category that we put in a guy like, let's say Bo Nix or Jaden Daniels. Those guys were 5-star players, didn't work out their first spot, go to the second one, they're still 5 stars. Jackson Arnold, maybe a similar thing with him. We'll see how that plays out at Auburn, but he's in that mold as well as a 5-star guy. Didn't work out for a lot of reasons outside of his control. Maybe some in his control. Goes to a new spot, develop. So that's another way to build your talent roster at quarterback, is to get multi-year eligibility guys, 5 stars. One thing I mentioned is this class of 25 quarterbacks, to me, was one of my favorite classes ever. Big athletic guys, basketball players, guys that can run around and make plays. So some of those guys are not going to play. And I think some of those guys will come available, especially with all the young quarterbacks playing across the country at these big schools. So maybe you can grab one of those guys as well. But as far as class of 27, I think it's very clear the number one target is Trent Seaborn. He's been here 3 times, or he's going to be here for 3 times this calendar year. He's getting the VIP treatment. I am told he's the guy at quarterback right now. So let's see what we can do. Big weekend for him. I'm sure he wants to see Carson Beck throw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns, which might happen.
TJ Preble asked, do you think Dawson wanting his type of quarterback for a 2027 class to sign, he's happy to stay as a well-paid OC in Miami? I don't know that really means anything, to tell you the truth, in this situation. You correct me if you think I'm wrong, but I think he's recruiting. He's just doing his job right now. It's what it is. I do think, as I said the other day, I don't know that it's a foregone conclusion he leaves unless it's a perfect opportunity for him. I don't know how much he loves the recruiting aspect of it. He has to recruit the quarterbacks, but I don't know that he's really having to do much hands-on stuff in terms of the recruiting. A lot of the other stuff, the O-line is handled. The receivers and running backs, I'm sure he talks to these guys. I don't want to downplay his effect, but his effect on recruiting is by putting out a top offense like they did last year. Even the year before that, they had some metrics that were, you could sell on, which is obviously what they did to get Cam Ward. And then you followed up this year again with a top 10 sort of offense. I think that those results will speak for itself. But yeah, man, why not? I don't see why, if he doesn't really want to recruit or run his own program, why he wouldn't be a top 5 sort of paid OC in the country, or coordinator in the country, and stay here and keep it going. We'll see what happens, though.
Yeah, I agree. And I think you said it best, Pete. The impact of Dawson as a recruiter, really a good guy. I mean, he's a personal guy. I think his relationship side is fine. But I think it's the ability of him to sell the offense to a guy like Trent Seaborn and say, listen, you're seeing Cam Ward go number 1. Carson Beck, you saw him against Notre Dame. I mean, that's going a certain way. We'll see what it looks like on Saturday. I think it'll look good. I hope it'll look good.
And I'm sure that he knows if it goes well with Beck, he can pretty much choose whoever he wants next year, right? Like, essentially, if he has 2 or 3 guys that he's interested in, and then if he goes to be a head coach somewhere, obviously it would be a little bit of a different situation there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So it's gonna be fun to watch this recruitment unfold. But if you're looking for a 27 name, there's other 27 names there who are visiting. Just pull up a couple. But a lot of our commits are visiting. I think basically all our commits are visiting from the 27 class on Saturday. But really, the 27 name that you want to focus on is going to be Trent Seaborn. If you see him at the stadium, shout him out. People like that. I usually don't like bothering recruits. That's not something I'm doing, and it's kind of, sometimes it can get weird. But I have noticed, Pete, talking to these kids, they do like when they're at the stadium and people are just like, hey, man, go to the U. Like, they get recognized, because they're still kind of new to the process. So to them, it's like, that's a cool thing to get recognized. So if you see Trent Seaborn, don't be weird. But just shout him out and say, hey, Trent, come to the U, man. Be our next number 1 pick. Something like that. What are you speaking about?
Yeah, go do that if you want. It won't be me.
Yeah. No, listen, I'm with you. But people do it anyways. I honestly, I've just noticed people talking about it.
D, it was good to